What's going on, everybody? Crypto Headquarters here, and in today's video we're going to be talking about the cryptocurrency and project known as Tron. In today's video we're going to be covering all of the news, updates, and analysis moving into the month of May, and even as far as June, what this means for the Tron project, what this means for the price of Tron moving forward. All of that and more will be explained throughout today's video, but I do want to jump into the disclaimer, which states none of the information in today's video is investment or financial advice. This is just simply my personal opinion. Please do your own research before investing. Invest at your own risk. Don't invest more than you can afford to lose, and consult a financial advisor if necessary. As for transparency purposes, I will state that I am not invested into Tron at the time making this video, and I do not hold Tron in my portfolio, again, at the time making this video. So with all of that said, let's jump into it. First and foremost, let's jump into some of the numbers. So Tron currently sits just outside the top 10 in terms of overall market cap, with a rank of 11th overall and a market cap of just over $4.6 billion. And with an individual token price of about 7 cents per TRX, Tron has recently benefited from a recent uptick in the cryptocurrency market, much like other altcoins and Bitcoin itself. So with that said, we saw Tron actually doing fairly well moving into the month of April. This was because on March 31st, Tron launched its testnet, and with that it had a lot of investors excited, a lot of people buying the rumor and selling the news, which saw to an increased price of the TRX token. And with that, we then saw the sell-off and a bit of a consolidation period before moving up to the 7 cent mark that we're seeing today, even reaching as high as 7.5 cents on April 25th of 2018. So we're down slightly, hitting just beneath 7 cents today as I record this video on April 26th. However, the point still stands that Tron, much like other cryptocurrencies, are beginning to see some recovery in terms of its price and are actually doing quite well, despite the fact that it is down just about 2.5% in the last 24 hours. So with all of that said, Tron is doing pretty well, and I am going to be outlining some of the reasons that we could see Tron continue to do well, actually exceptionally well, moving into the month of May. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about 4 main updates for the Tron project. The first of which is the ZebPay listing. Secondly, we're going to be talking about the mainnet launch. Third, we're going to be jumping in to the migration from the ERC20 token, the standard that is over there, and what this means for you guys. And finally, we're going to be talking about super representatives and what this all means. So all of this can be found over on coincheckup.com. Will be linked in the description down below and is under the events tab. So first and foremost, let's talk about the ZebPay listing. Well, the ZebPay listing is huge because Tron was just recently listed on this exchange. And if you guys don't know, ZebPay is actually India's leading cryptocurrency exchange. This listing allows more users to trade and invest in Tron and adds more daily volume to the cryptocurrency. Additionally, it gives more exposure to the Tron project, allows more people to be interested, allows more people to view, and most importantly, trade the Tron cryptocurrency. Wallets are now open and trading begins on the 27th of April at 1 p.m. So that's happening tomorrow as I record this video, and it is always welcome news for any cryptocurrency to offer another listing on another exchange. In this situation, ZebPay is India's leading Bitcoin and cryptocurrency exchange, making it all that more important for Tron to get exposure globally. The next thing that I'm going to be talking about is actually something that wasn't mentioned earlier in the video and has to do with an airdrop of 30 million TRX tokens, and I'm going to be running through what this means and how you guys can potentially earn some extra TRX. So right now, there is an airdrop of 30 million TRX tokens that are going to be distributed to the Ethereum community as a way of saying thanks for the support during the ERC20 phase. It also aims to entice Ethereum users over to the Tron network. However, in a Medium post, the foundation remained critical, saying Ethereum played a vital role in Tron's early stage development, and we want to express our appreciation through this airdrop event. However, we also discover many issues and bottlenecks during our time in the Ethereum platform. When we see a problem, we will set out to solve it. So as you guys know, Ethereum's going over to its own mainnet later this month, or at least I should say in the month of May. And with that launch, they're going to be moving away from the ERC20 token standard and away from Ethereum, and basically in a way to say thanks for Ethereum for being the support structure while they develop their platform and their project. They're going to do a 30 million TRX token airdrop for those who hold over 1 Ethereum on a public ledger since January 1st of 2018, and those who qualify for that will receive a a random amount of TRX between 10 and 100 tokens. In all, they are going to be giving away an estimated $1.6 million at current prices of Tron. So keep in mind that Tron, though they are saying thanks to the Ethereum community and potentially are enticing people to come over to the Tron network to see its benefits, the Tron project is quick to say that, you know, Ethereum was great and thanks for hosting us over here as we started to build out our project. However, you guys have a lot of issues, hence the reason we are moving over there. So they don't want to credit Ethereum too much. However, they do acknowledge that they did play a vital role while they developed the Tron testnet and eventually the Tron mainnet moving forward here. So they recognize what Ethereum did. However, they are quick to not give too much credit to Ethereum as they want to be the top dog in everything that they do. Moving on, we're going to be talking about what is, in my opinion, the most exciting and important news. That is the launch of the Tron mainnet and the ERC20 token migration. We're going to be talking about everything that you need to know as a potential investor in Tron to make sure that your tokens are safe moving forward and what the mainnet launch means for Tron. So let's break it down. What is actually happening? Well, on May 31st, Tron is going to be launching its mainnet. It's going to be migrating away from the Ethereum platform, the Ethereum network, in which its token is on right now. So this token is based on the ERC20 standard, TRX, and with the launch of the mainnet and their own blockchain, they're going to be migrating their TRX tokens over from the ERC20 token standard over to the Tron platform. Now, with that, some things have to happen. So TRX, their tokens, your tokens, if you hold it, are going to have to be put on an eligible exchange. And the way this is going to happen is that the ERC20 tokens to TRX, the cryptocurrency on Tron's public blockchain, will begin on 2018, June 21st. We highly recommend exchange that all transactions be frozen from June 22nd to June 23rd. After June 24th, ERC20 will no longer be valid for transactions, for we will only support transactions with TRX on the public blockchain. So for token holders with your ERC20 tokens saved to cryptocurrency exchanges, this is the only required operation on your part, and everything else will be completed for you in due time. So you're probably frantic for questions. Why do we have to transfer these tokens? And what if you don't transfer these in a timely manner? Will I lose all of my TRX? Well, the answer is actually no. So unlike other cryptocurrencies that I've covered, such as EOS, where you're pretty much out of luck if you miss the snapshot when their mainnet goes live, Tron is a lot more forgiving and actually has a better solution, as it isn't reasonable to think that every single TRX holder is going to be a part of this snapshot and have their TRX on exchanges. So with that, TRX holders don't need to worry about this. There will be an exchange that supports TRX migration forever. So users who do not transfer TRX before the migration in June can wait for the regular migration after the completion of the forever supportive exchange without incurring losses. So as it stands right now, in order to successfully migrate your TRX tokens to the Tron blockchain, you have to put them on a supported exchange. The supported exchanges have not been announced as far as I know. I could be wrong, but I would expect exchanges like Binance to be supported in the future. Additionally, if you miss the snapshot, there will be an exchange in the future that will support the swap if you miss the snapshot in June. The launch date of this forever supported exchange has yet to be announced. For those holding Tron in cold storage, there is no way to manually migrate your TRX holdings. The reasoning behind this is stated in the FRQ, which is, why does Tron only support exchange migration? Is there any other way to do this? The Tron Foundation decides that TRX only supports migration to exchanges for the sake of the safety of users' assets, in hopes that this allows ordinary users to avoid the risk of losing assets just for missing the snapshot time in the mapping snapshot mode. So they basically want to simplify everything. They want the exchanges to do the work, because it is the easiest way to do it. All you have to do is have your Tron or TRX on the exchange when the snapshot is taken. They want to allow ordinary investors to not partake in the risk to potentially lose their assets if they do miss out on that snapshot. So when is this taking place? One more time, I will rehash that the migration is going to happen. The cryptocurrency transfer from the ERC20 tokens to the Tron public blockchain will begin on June 21st of 2018. They then recommend that all transactions be frozen from June 22nd to June 23rd. So don't sell, don't buy, don't trade, don't transfer your TRX until June 24th or after June 24th. So ERC20 will no longer be valid for transactions, for we will only support transactions with the TRX on the public blockchain. But again, if you do miss this out, it states that they do have a forever supportive exchange. However, that has not been announced yet either, so it may be a while, and your best bet is to just have your TRX out on a supported exchange before June 21st. And that is all you have to do. As they say, that it's the only required operation, and further operations for token migration will automatically completed for you in due time. So that's going to cover it, everything you need to know in terms of the announcements for the token migration. And we're going to begin talking about super representatives and what this means for Tron moving forward. With the launch of the Tron mainnet is going to be the introduction of super representatives. So what is a super representative? How do I know what super representatives are and what organizations / individuals they stand for? So their answer to this is super representatives is the bookkeeper on the Tron network, totaling 27 of them in all. They are responsible for verifying the transaction data distributed on the network to perform package transaction and creates blocks. Super representatives information is publicly available on the Tron network. The most convenient way is to visit Tron's blockchain browser to view the list of super representatives and their information. So basically, again, with the launch of the mainnet, these super representatives are going to be voted upon, and there's going to be 27 of them in all. And what super representatives do is, like they say, to put it very simply, is that they're the bookkeepers on the Tron network. They're responsible for verifying transaction data. They are responsible for creating blocks. Super representatives information is also publicly available on the Tron network, so you do know who you're voting for and what organizations and individuals that they stand for. So there's some transparency there. If you want to view the super representatives that you could potentially vote for, there's a list over on Tron's blockchain browser, and you can check them out and their information. But how do I vote for them, and what is all this voting stuff about? So what does Tron voting mean, and what are the benefits to ordinary token holders? How do they participate in the vote? So voting is used to select these 27 super representatives we just talked about to maintain the normal operation of the Tron network. Users participate in the voting, which not only benefits the development of the community and the network, but also gives users direct incentives. At present, the main network is not launched. You can do a simulated voting on the testnet first. For detailed voting process, please see the official guidance document. So right now, you can actually vote or simulate voting on the testnet for those of you guys who are ambitious and want to test that out. But basically, you are going to be able to vote on these representatives. 1 TRX equals 1 vote. And with that, you are going to be given, as a regular TRX holder, some direct incentives, those of which they don't mention in this FRQ. But also, when you participate in these voting, you also benefit the development of the community and the network. So moving forward, they say about Tron voting. Why did Tron decide 1 TRX equals 1 vote? Well, after their discussion, Tron decides 1 TRX can have 1 vote because we think that the system of 1 TRX equaling many votes is unfair. So right now, Tron TRX, your token, if you hold 5,000 of them, that equals 5,000 votes, and 1 Tron is equal to 1 vote, as opposed to TRX, 1 TRX equaling many votes. So what can TRX do? So we've already established that TRX can vote, which is awesome. You can vote for super representatives. There's some incentives that they haven't listed, but there's going to be some initiative for holders to vote. But what can you actually do besides voting? So holding TRX is equivalent to holding part of the resources on the entire Tron network, as we know this with many cryptocurrencies. Moreover, TRX can be used to participate in crowdfunding, collect airdrop candy, etc. So there's a lot more things you can do with TRX, those of which they've mentioned: crowdfunding, you can contribute there, you can collect airdrop candy, among other things. And about the Tron Foundation, what do they actually do in the role after the super representative campaign? So after the super representative campaign, Tron will be governed by the community and the foundation together. The foundation will continue to provide technical support for the Tron network. So while as a Tron holder and investor in Tron, you do the voting for the 27 super representatives, Tron is going to be governed together by the community and the super representatives and the foundation together, with the foundation providing the technical support moving forward in the future. So that is going to cover it all for today's video. Hopefully you guys learned something about the ERC20 token migration and what super representatives are and what this means. This article over at medium.com, written by Tron Labs and the Tron Foundation, will be linked in the description down below for those of you guys who are interested. Before I cut to the outro, I want to give my final thoughts and opinions on Tron. So I mentioned that May could be a huge month for Tron moving forward. They have been getting a ton of new listings on exchanges. Most recently, ZebPay, India's leading exchange, which is big news there as well. Additionally, we're going to have the huge news of the Mainnet launch on May 31st, which is big news overall, and it is for any cryptocurrency and blockchain project due to the fact that it's the official rollout of the final product. And while there's going to be a ton of updates moving into the future, I know Tron's roadmap, I believe, is over 10 years in length, and they've really got their stuff together in terms of planning that out. It's good news to see a physical